What is up, team? Welcome back, everybody. Please let me know that you can hear my voice in the chat. What is up? What is up? What is up? Oh, rocking them tunes here. Oh yeah. Guys, yeah. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to knock these. Videos out of the way real quick. And looks like we are streaming onto YouTube. So, should you have any issues here in the Discord stream, please go ahead and refer to the link provided above. But oh yeah, guys, just real quick, right? So GME was one of those how can I call it? Like, what can I refer it? Like, Tin, thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that, man. It was one of the quick reads, right? Yesterday we were talking about potentially speeding up the process here, and not necessarily avoiding all time as far as the analysis, but kind of adding the potential of removing an aspect of my analysis here in light of allowing for more tickers to come through. So these were the target ranges here, guys, for GME, and so I had no idea. This was actually by what's his name? Man, I wonder if he's here. Yeah, definitely not gonna remember his name. Oh yeah, is it GME Fiend? I don't remember who it was, guys. His name is Daniel, though. But he asked me to take a look at GME yesterday, and this was one that I did as a quick. It took me maybe 5 minutes or 6 minutes to determine. Sebastian, do you remember that guy's name, bro? The one that asked me to is it GME Fiend that asked me to take a look at GME? The point of this is that I had no idea that they were going to have earnings, and I had no idea that they were going to offer this like like a dividend. And I think it's it was, is that, yeah, it is. Yeah. But what's the name of the, it is GME Fiend, bruh. I know his dude, Jules. That T Maker, that's right. You get a warrant for every 10 shares or something like that, right? Somebody was just Jen was telling me about it today, and I'm like, no way. And yeah, I spoke about it last night for literally not the warrants or anything like that. I had no idea over the fundamentals, but I just said that this thing is likely to pop off. It's looking really good. And we offered the areas of entry, of which we kind of got, let's see. We were suggesting 2 liquidity areas of entry plus the actual support set 22.95, and the bottom of this came down to 22.94. So, that is messed up. I fucked up. But yeah, guys. So that's we can continue forward testing that as much as you guys need, right? And then we can push forward. But I mean, what else did we do? I think NRGV was another one, right? Okay, well, there we go, right? Oh, yeah. I don't remember if I did this one. Oh, yeah, well, I sort of did this. It was in the video, right? So I couldn't really spend as much time as I do with you guys, but it did take a while for this one. The targets did meet for the downside. In fact, it was such a huge jump to the upside, and then it kind of like came down and balanced at that support range, which is good. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, guys, I don't remember if I did anything else that was fast. I think it was BMNR that we did quickly too, right? Or no. Let me see. BIDU was, I don't think that was yesterday, was it? BIDU was yesterday? NRGB. We did Bull too. Oh, Bull was the bear play, right? So it looks like I forgot what I said though, buddy. Do you remember what I said? I have the chart here. but I don't remember what I said. Did we have to come back and test areas here? It looks like it's a 50% distribution. Honestly, it does have this 13 to 14 potential continuation to the downside. Baba's ripping just like you said, Seb. Let's go. Good call, brother. And you know what? It looks like that other play S bet also got a nice little ripper. But I mean, really, it would be anything in the markets right now, guys. It's all pretty relevant. And my boy Michael came by the other day. He was asking me for the entry or the bottom conditions here for that ticker CRTD. And we certainly met that target, right? And this was the invalidation for the bottom side. You know what? Somebody mentioned that just yesterday too, brother. Or a couple days ago. That was what was it again? The old group, right? Yeah, I don't even know when I looked at this, dude, but fucking it was a long time ago, and I definitely missed that entry on this one. Did you ask me to look at it? Dude, this was a while ago for sure. I haven't looked at this since maybe August 13th. Yeah, it's about a month ago. But let's continue forward testing that, guys. If that makes you if that makes you guys comfortable, right? But so far, long ago, it was long ago, huh? Thank you, buddy. All right. So let's see what's up with bull. Let's see what's up with bull later. Wait, hold on. First of all, is anyone in bull risk on to the downside, or else I won't really look at it if that's the case. And now, Seb, so Baba was where in the first place? Guys, please let me know, okay? If you are within the ticker bull. And now, dude, Baba closed at 146.75. Where is it now? We're just going over a couple things here, guys, before we get this thing started and rolling. You're not in bull, buddy? Okay. You got a call. Damn, you are ballsy, sir. Well, I mean, the retrades could be pretty, it could be okay. Bob was at 149, dude. Wow. 151 earlier. Dude, are you serious? Dude, that's above major inflections. A while back, just have to wait it out now. Damn. Oh, dude, look at that, Seb. It's breaking above. Well, I mean, I guess if you're saying that it's at 140, what is it? You said 149.16? Man, dude, it's above support. Barely above, but it is there. Let me take a look at this in a weekly. And price would be... Oh, dude, wow. Yeah, that's here. Yeah, I remember talking about this too in a while ago, though, dude. This is that range, right? And you're above it now, dude. 147. You're above that 50%, man. This could be a 100% continuation. We could probably see Baba entering the 195s to maybe 207.64. Kareem, are you in bull? Let's see. You have a bull call for January. Okay. Bull feels like it can still validate your range here. So there are two areas of validation, and it's kind of a fat zone. You know what I mean? And I will say that you have your local area that could show some type of something would be like this here, which shows very clear resistance at around that $14 area, right? The SPY's ripping. Let's go, dude. Wow. So that means that also the rest of the assets are going to be ripping too. Like, how's crypto doing? How's the XRP doing? Should be going up now, right? I think the play was to break the $3 zone And if we break the $3 zone, it's not to test 299 or 301. It's actually to come back and validate 294 to 291. Well, in reality, 298 to 294. So running in a channel, running in a Chanel. Nvidia's up 4 points. Wow, gee, the market is all in all making a move, huh? Hold on. Let me see where. I also want to see where bull is. Okay, so bull is at 1365. So it's very, very close to that 50%. Now, what I meant by giving you like that, it has this large area, is that you also have this range here, and that let's see, that's the only available space that I have, huh? Yeah, liquidity pockets can go all the way up here. Oh, right. Yeah, well, I mean, it actually could try to do this here. So what that adds is a dynamic of a 50% range, and which makes me feel like it would be taken into consideration your overall top to make that 50% to make this line to 50% perfectly along this top here, like this, look, like that. Of course it is. So yeah, and the prior line, it could be that 50% between them two, and pretty much there it is. So that gives us a little bit of a focus, and I kind of like it. All right, so I'm gonna put this here real quick. And I'm sorry that I'm analyzing this first here, guys, but it's just, it kind of made me curious. Yeah, dude. You know what? Me too, brother. I do think so too. And your 50% is already drawn there. So I think your focus on this, man. So right about here, let's make this yellow area. Right, let's get rid of all this. And you're looking at, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Your focus would be actually up here. Very cool. AMD's up 5 points. Are you still hold that position, right? Dude, I let go of all of that. I remember I had some closer expiries too. But I still have my Tesla, and Tesla looks like it's up about 63 cents. Let's see what's up. Yeah, so while you do have exit conditions or whatever, it should you already be in, right? Because this is very nice inverse head and shoulders on bull. It looks like you're validating some resistances here, guys. It's kind of a typical price. Kind of a typical price thing, right? So this is your major low, inflection low here, right? This right in here. So price action bounces, right, from whatever this is here, plus potentially this or close to it. So you bounce from here, and then you jump to the upside, right? So what happens here is that as soon as you start breaking below the prior inflection, which is this one here, price action would want to revert from this support here to validate this area here and this area here. So now if you're looking at a total range, of course, your support really lands all the way up here at 1453. And if you get closer and closer to some targets, you might as well just, try to liquidity grab into this area of 1517. But this invalidates it at around 1468 to around 1469. So if anything, those would potentially be the targets for whatever, right? And there they are, right? I spoke of a 1469. This has a 1467 with discretion. Very cool. Okay, so yeah, guys, heads up on this. I think that well, let me see what the target was on that real quick. At least I got one of these tickers done and out of the way real fast. So 1361. Okay. Yeah. So this would be resistance for everybody. Tesla does need to wake up, bro. It really, really, really does. I have to admit, buddy. Oh, so I'm going to leave it as a focus there, guys. And I'm also going to color the edges. But they're already colored that. So let me make them, I guess, 3 so that we know that it's kind of like an exit point. Garden, love you, buddy. Dude, oh, Gar, was it you that we were... Dude, we still haven't had our call. What the hell's going on, buddy? I know that you got a lot of work and I got a lot of work, but that's got to be figured out, dude. How's tomorrow sounding? Or the next day? No pressure, bro. I know that you're working really hard, and I know you got your family and everything, dude. So I want to make sure that I can assist in anything you need, bud. I don't want to at all come across as forgetting something. That is not the case here. Yeah, dude, let's do it. I'm super excited, man. Let's you know what? Let me go into the messages here. And I'm wondering if we already... Let me see, where you at, bud? Okay. All right, I see you here, dude. I'm going to send you a DM right now. Here you go. Let me know if you got it, bud. Sweet. And this way, and that way, just message me literally whenever. Let's see. Okay. Love you, buddy. Of course, dude. So if we're gonna get some type of if we're gonna get some type of pullback on this, guys, just to finish off bull real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and film these videos. Yeah, very likely we could see something in the post market as high as I want to say that as high as this 1403. Yeah, Hood is. What was that? They just announced something, or something happened with Hood going in. That's right. It's the promotion, right? Plus, they had a good summit after the market today. Man, yeah. So they better start doing good by their clients, because they kind of suck. They're really. They suck. I don't know how else to say it. It's just they're really annoying. Their business practice is a little too it's a little too fishy, a little snaky, and that kind of stuff doesn't really push for too long. So you know what? I just have to provide the sorry, I didn't provide the the psychological targets. I'm going to get that here for you guys. Let's see. So this is, let me see what you're showing, buddy. Novo Nordisk, let's see. Let's see, has updated its financial guidance for 2025, reflecting a range of adjustments due to one-off restructuring costs. Okay, so that means that it's a major restructuring. The company now anticipates operating profit growth, EBIT, at constant exchange rates. Okay. Let's see. So the rates are going to be between 4 to 10% revised from the previous forecast of 10 to 16%. What? Additionally, where the heck did it go? Additionally, the expectations for depreciation, amortization, and impairment losses have increased to around DKK 21. So what is that DKK? Down? Let's see, 21 billion from earlier estimates of 17 billion. The restructuring involves net one-off costs, approximately 8 billion, including impairment charges, restructuring expenses, and around $9 billion. What did you hear? All that money? $9 billion are projected to the third quarter of 2025, with expected savings of about $1 billion in the fourth quarter. So all that expenditure is going to get them to save $1 billion entirely in the first quarter of operating. That's pretty. Well, you know, sometimes you got to sometimes you got to take a step back to take two forward, type of thing, right? Is that what it is? So these changes are expected to negatively impact the full year of operating, right? Of course, just kind of like that's kind of like what's happening with us. With the tariffs, right? It's going to be rough at first, but then when you're super cash rich, then, you know, then it's like, oh, wow, it wasn't so bad, but it was kind of a turbulent road anyway. Interesting. Right. So, sorry guys, let me just provide this, the psychological targets for, let's see, also, Alex is saying also did on earnings today, but are up. They did good on earnings today, but oh yeah, absolutely. Remember that Sebastian was talking about ORCL just last week, I think. I don't remember the chart that I put up. I hope I said upside, guys. I'm sorry if I didn't. But I'm pretty sure I did see like an upside coming in. It went huge. Let's go. Let's see, guys. I think the regression could be actually, yeah, that would be right about here. Nice. Oh, goodness. I did. Oh, 10 saying that I did, and you thought about entering. Wow. I mean, it actually did work. It actually did work out pretty nicely. Okay. So let me just measure this here. All right, and we're going to apply it to the right-hand shoulder center area. And this is suggesting a target of 1455, hard target, of course, 1467. Nice. There is also a smaller, formation, and you know, you guys already know. We see these all the time happen at the exits of these, you know, formations here. So yeah, this could be your potential bull flag there, and it could be formed in several different time frames. Although I'm gonna use just this one here, because that can give you a shorter term target and not, you know, completely go full degen on this. Wouldn't be surprised if it's 1403. Here's a target to the upside, guys, and that's giving you $14 flat / 1377. Okay, so 1377, still a hard target. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is too close. Yeah, so you're, yeah, just a little bit of turbulence here on bull at first, right? So resistance is anywhere between 1374 to around 1382 likely to happen. But that would be to validate your prior day's high to maybe even a decompression. Lioness, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, these are the targets so far, guys. I do think that it has just some upside to validate resistances, and we shall speak about that as the days go. So let me see if I can add, my tools are not acting like normal. There we go. Now they are. And this is I believe this is you know, hold on, let me make this red. Yeah. I believe this is an area that could, you know, that we could pocket in, and I think the more specific zone would be roughly around that 1493 to 1520. But of course, you know, I have to give you the primary inflection, which is 1467. But I feel like there could be a liquidity dive into this, and then we would, we'd catch the downside on this. What's interesting is that you guys know that I had like this target down there of maybe even 1073 or whatever that was, right? So this is gonna, or what was it again? 1043, I think it was. Let me see the beginning of that wedge. 1074. So what I'm thinking is that as we are validating, a potential 50%, then that means that we have a full chop. And if we do have a full chop, then does this mean that we're about to create a whole carbon copy of that to the downside too? So something like this. Thought Zeus, what's up, buddy? And then that would be touching down into the hard targets of either 955 to around 1019. And it kind of is. Okay. Let's keep our eyes open, guys, for something like this. Let's see, the one fucking time I try watching the stream on my PC and my internet goes out for another 6 hours, dude, no. The one time, brother. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dude, that sucks. I'm so sorry, brother. Okay, guys. So, yeah. So here's that. Here's the play for that, right? You know what? It was a good warm-up. I'm not going to lie. This actually is pretty cool. Although I kind of wish I did SPY instead. But still, this was a pretty good warm-up. If anything, I think price action declines first, right? To close your whatever gap you'll have on this, right? I think it could be, dang, let me see your daily. Damn, 1354 still on lock here? Okay. All right, well, 1354, hold on. Yikes. Okay, yeah, it is. All right. So, yeah, it feels like we could be getting an immediate short-term upside rejection at that that 1373, 1374. Sorry if I said the wrong number earlier. Here we go. Validation of resistance is 1348. Which could give some freedom to even test some higher numbers. Should it be that we test around the 1467, which I think that's the actual target that we're going to, and I think I did mention that and I was confused. But yes, so this would be your top side. Validation of resistance, support would validate resistances, which are pretty much right around in here. Right, so that would be the average of about 1445, and then this would start to, make its merry way downtown. Okay, very good stuff. So you know what? Oh man, where did you go? I'll even add a little bit of a. Oh, okay. Well, no, never mind. All right, good deal. So, oh yeah, and then there's that one on the bottom, right? Can't forget the one on the bottom. Stop forgetting the one on the bottom. Okay, guys. If I'm not mistaken, this probably still has a lot of downside to experience here. Okay. But not before it gets, not before it gets a little bit of to the upside. Okay, so here we go, guys. I'm going to go ahead and post this here. All right. And all right, fair enough. So let's film XRP real quick, team, and get this thing get her done. And yeah, so Hold on just a sec, team. I'm gonna just restart that camera. We got XRP. Let me see. The total crypto cap, did we go up? Hell yes, we did. Nice. We're going up, and we never mentioned it yesterday. What's more annoying is this is one of my nights off work. Usually I just sleep it anyway. The one fucking night I stay up, dude. That sucks, bro. That really does suck. So it's your whole ass internet, right? So you can't even jack in like RJ45 or a Cat 5 or 6. It froze there. That sucks, dude. You got Tin. You're very welcome. You know, of course, you guys, of course. That was a tough call to play. A tough play to call. Sorry. Getting a little dyslexic there. You didn't miss? No, not yet. The live filming, I can actually. Let me see. Let me put in everyone to make sure that they get the alert. Let's see. Come by. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. It's just screwed. Oh, dude. I love you, bud. I'm so sorry, man. All right. So guys, let me block this visibility and let's get this done. So film it, and then next we're gonna take a look at the SPY, right, guys? I mean, the SPY is currently ripping like freaking crazy, and yeah, we have. Is it PPI tomorrow only, or are we getting the inflation report? Are we getting the CPI as well? Let's see. I know you must have answered my question already, but I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Dave. Got it. So let's go. Yeah, we're going to just film the two videos, and let's take a look at SPY and Dave coming up. Let's see. So we'll leave. I'm so afraid to mess with you. I can't do that. Let me see the other side. Hold on. Yeah, at least this is much better. So, like that saying, you got no alert. What? Oh no. What I'm wondering is if financial leaves this to not notify anyone, and I'm coming in here and just coming in, and I notice sometimes that I over the last like 5 days I have noticed that I'm like, wow, it's not like kind of raining in people right now, and I've even kind of been like, what? I'm not trying to be vain or anything. It's just like that typically doesn't really happen. So now that you're saying that, I'm like, potential errors, All right. So I'm just gonna make a note here over the couple tickers that we should be observation, right? So we're gonna do that SPY play and also Dave for Ninja. Let's see. I only found out because I got a friend request and got that alert. What? And saw you all parting up in here. Oh my goodness. All right. Alex, tell me. Speak to me. I saw you. I saw you. And yeah, guys, at least let me prepare this thing here. And let's film. Let's film. I'm gonna see if we can consolidate the video a bit here. 5:30 a.m. our time, right? Los Angeles. That's gonna be your core. Well, yeah, the CPI and then core CPI, right? And initial jobless claims. Wow, Well, they just adjusted those numbers, so I'm hoping that you know, they're adjusted by the data release into this next session. So it's been happening a lot more for me recently. As damn, dude, only been catching streams out of sheer dumb luck, dude. What? What else do you get notifications on or alerts? Like, do you have from outsourced things like TradingView? SMCI got an AI deal with Nokia. What? I see. It happened tonight too. Thought Zeus. I'm sorry, bro. That really does suck. Okay. So, guys, I'm gonna leave this right about here, and there's gonna be that next. Let's see. The PPI is on the 10th, which is tomorrow. And I mean, yeah, it's Wednesday. It's PPI. So I'm sorry. You meant it's the producer price. That usually comes in. So we got CPI today. CPI is Thursday. That's interesting. I think I remember CPI coming in first. No? You got the notification? Okay, well at least somebody's getting it. We gotta double check some things here. Because of the Roblox thing, that's right. The thing that's been going on here for like over a month or something. Let's see, all notification settings possible have been adjusted for Discord's force notifications. Wow. Yet it falls more dumb half the time. They say it feels more than half the time. That's crazy. Oh man. Let's see. You receive notifications. Okay, that's good. At least some of us are receiving it, so that's an important thing. But all right, guys. Yeah, let me kind of dive in on this and film the XRP video here, and try. Yeah, you know, we're gonna try to speed these things up real fast, and see what's up. Hold on, team. Hold on just a moment, and we'll get this rocking and rolling. Let's see. Hold up, guys. Hey guys, before I record this, did have you guys heard about the about the whole Apple thing creating an XRP reserve? I think it actually came out on TradingView too. Has anyone heard of that in the recent days or today? It may be a rumor and not yeah, because yeah, I guess the wording is specific here, on this, where it's saying could Apple break tradition and build a multi-billion-dollar Ripple's XRP reserve. Chop, I love you, buddy. You be safe, dude. So that, right? Okay. Be safe, buddy. Stock Titan has nothing on that. Okay. All right. Good. Thank you, brother. So I'm not gonna mention that at all. Actually, I'm gonna keep it to the books. To the books. Okay. Then I don't need to prepare that. Okay, team. Thank you. Thank you. Hold on. Outstanding price action coming out of XRP, you guys. We actually were talking about the potentials of reaching all the way to 307.30, but we reached as high as just about 304, just under that 304, and now we're actually back testing some areas of critical support, guys. So what's happening here, it's just a regular breakout type of pattern, right? It's a breakout sequence that happens typically in price action, and that's something that I can go ahead and explain a little bit on. We're not going to dwell on that too long, as we know we want to go ahead and get our days going with, right? But yes, and also we are not quite out of the woodwork here, guys. There is something that we're going to have to watch out for, and that's specifically coming out during the traditional hours in this next trading session. But before we get started, guys, please do me the favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. My name is Arca. I'm actually coming at you here today on Tuesday, September 9th at 11:06 p.m. Pacific time. Price action on XRP is sitting at just about 295.32 after a nice run to the upside, which looks like to have a high of exactly 303.67. Very impressive, and very happy to have been able to see the potential breakouts here, guys, for you and for us, right, from a very early time, few days ago. So if you did get in and you got yourself a nice little position there, well, congratulations. But let's go ahead and be super careful as to how price action can continue here, guys. Please, I want you to be careful with all of these scammers out there, man. They are the moment you step into my Discord, for now, right? We're gonna make this thing entirely private here. But the moment you step into my Discord, there's going to be an imposter that looks just like me, who talks just like me. Listen, I'm not going to go ahead and quote an Eminem song. They're going to get me all messed up here. But but anyway, so what I was going to say is that, yeah, there's a lot of crap going out there, team, and they're going to send you messages. Know for a fact that I will never send you a message first. I will never friend request you first. And should you be observing any type of profile, this is mine right here, and you'll notice here that first of all it's going to have a little negative thing here, right? And it'll say, I do not offer copy or mirror trades ever. I am the one and only Arca, and usually when you request me, I will respond via voice. Okay, guys, so for now, just know that information is there. And guys, now we are down to 13 slots available before the upgrade on the price for the private Discord, which now we're adding massive amenities to. A full service Discord is what you'll expect here in the coming week. Okay, guys, so that's actually closing up here pretty soon. And yeah, so I just wanted to make you aware of that. Please go ahead and select your link in the description below for that one-time membership fee that you can actually pay and just be a member for grandfathered lifetime. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the potentials for mañana. As for me, it's still you know, it's Pacific time here, so I'm still in the past. Okay, but anyway, guys, we are not necessarily out of the. We still got some fire here under us. And that is this. We have the well, I thought we had initial jobless claims here, but I'm for some reason I'm not finding it, guys. But for sure, we absolutely have your producer price index coming in, right? And we also have the core PPI year over year and month over month. So these are numbers that can affect the price action in the overall market. And what I will say is that based on your prior reads, for example, your year over year core PPI, we're easing off, right? Notice here that this is, you know, your prior read was a 3.7. Now we're expecting, the forecast is here for 3.5. So we're expecting that we're easing off on there. So should that be the case, and we meet, you know, core PPI year over year of 3.5 or less, well, that's going to read pretty good for the market. Okay. So if it is 3.6, or it's gonna create some downside, but likely some recovery after that. It's gonna create an overreaction, right? But then you'll likely recover because it's still under the prior read. But should you get a 3.7 or above, you know, things may get a little shaky for a few days, and then you know, we'll see about price from that moment on. But I am excited to see how price action has been behaving here, and I absolutely love that it's been kind of in sequence or in agreement with the with your broader market. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and come back here because I do have something else to show you and another metric for us to kind of follow to determine price action into the near future. And it's actually using your total crypto cap, right? So this is the total market capitalization of the entire crypto space. And you can see here that we're sitting at just about 3.82 trillion at the present moment on a daily candle. So I did kind of see this here a few days ago, and I've been forgetting to show you this, but this has a falling wedge formation, and this falling wedge formation usually leads towards a breakout, right, guys? And that breakout can be figured here, or the targets can be figured via a few methods, right? So we can go ahead and take the implied target via these methods here, right? So let's just go ahead and take into consideration the center of the triangle, which could arguably be right about here, and the largest point of the triangle, which is just about here, guys. We'll just go ahead and make sure that we can kind of imply an area that this on average will meet. Perfect. In fact, I think I would do a little higher too. Right, just about there. Okay, so these targets get applied to the candle that broke out, right? So this would be this candle right here. Let's just go ahead and kind of push everything to the left and see how this is progressing thus far. Here we go. This is going to be your second target, and this would be your third potential target here, just in case you want to follow the crypto cap, because this is guys, this means inflows for the crypto in general. So that's it's a very positive thing. So it looks like we already got the first take profit right about this area here, guys, 3.88 trillion. And the high of this candle here was, let's see, 3.89 trillion. So very, very good for us to have seen that take profit already. Now, the secondary zone would be a zone of about 3.96 trillion. And that has a hard target of right about in here of around 3.93. If anything, I would say that it would be better observed at around 3.92. Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and write that in there, or leave that in there for us, and observe the next potential target. In fact, it's just a little bit of a range, so I'm going to leave that here quickly like this. And guys, I can't overanalyze things right now because anything can happen, right, into PPI. So I'm gonna be, as concise as I can be, and that's about it, right? So and then your upside target here, guys, would be just about this position right about here. So these are the targets that we could be observing for the upside in the coming days. Now, that is if your data, your macroeconomic data, it maintains, right? It needs to maintain this. Okay, guys, so now that we're kind of determining that we do have some upside trajectory on this, even from your more immediate short term, it looks like we're bottoming out on a couple of things with upside biases. Okay, yeah. So these upside biases on like a 15-minute usually lead to cascading upside into the further time frames down into like the 8-hour time frame. Potentially, it's still downside on that one. Let's see if we have that. Yeah, daily by daily up. We still have, okay, we're converting that 3-day up. It just opened, by the way, and it was faced to the downside just prior to this, or it was about to change, and it definitely got like a flat bias. Let's see if it's pivoted up. Should we, kind of zoom in? Okay, nice. It is pivoted towards the upside very slightly, but it is showing us that we are increasing that we're increasing here. We're allocating. Or reaccumulating, sorry. So yeah, now let's go ahead and take a look at, now that we have the targets here for the crypto cap, let's go ahead and move on to XRP and see how that translates into the price. Okay, so remember, I may get a little bit of a disconnect here. I just noticed that one of my screens kind of went out and I don't see anything on top, but it's all good. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to see if we can't get ourselves this type of price action, and I'm going to see if you can get this type of price action for validation. Okay, so we had a resistance level that could have been worth anywhere between, the real targets were around 288 to 293, 94-ish, right? That was the overall zone. And we kind of broke it down here into a more specific area that could have been 295 and 290, 295s, right? But if we look historically, we have this zone here that's around the 92.77. We have the bottom sides of all these candles, which are close to 294. That's what I mean. So if we are validating this 294 area to 291, well, that means that we're now breaking out of an inflection zone, right? So that tells us that we could be facing the next leg up. I will say this too, okay, guys? I know that this can be a little dangerous, but what's telling me that we're not going to do this are these candles here, okay? We got that break to the upside, right? Right here from this is your resistance here, anywhere between the 288 to roughly around the 287-ish area, right? We broke above that via this candle and then came back and validated this area before a continuation to the upside. Now that we have this zone broken out of, you would think that price action would come down and validate this area here, which it is doing. So traditional price action just shows that as soon as we validate some supports like that, continuation to the upside is likely. Right? So that's currently what I'm observing here from your larger term timeframes, right? For example, your bi-daily time. This is a brand new candle on the 2-day time frame, right? And look at that 2-day time frame close. It is a gigantic green bar, and your 50% retrace on that bi-daily, which happens 60 to 70% of the time, is roughly right where we are right now. So that is your retrace of the 50% before there could be a continuation towards the upside. Okay, guys, so this to me is looking pretty okay. And the only thing I don't like, of course, is that shooting star on the daily time frame of XRP, which could lead to some short-term downside, say 50% of this bar here, which could be, of course, like we said, the bi-daily bar, 50%, which could land roughly at around 292.47 to maybe even 290.18. Okay, should we have any other closures? Well, that's going to also impair price action just a bit. Your 4-day time frame or 3-day time frame also just got a new, your 4-day time frame in 3 days closing. That means that we just got an opening of that too. So this thing pulling back, yep, same targets, right? 288 to roughly around the 291 area, still validating that same zone. Okay, guys. So I think that if we do get that bottom side, then it would be the time frames responsible for something like that would actually be the more immediate short term, and it feels like they may have already done it. Let's see, your 5-minute time frame is still kind of headed towards the downside here. It looks like your 10-minute is too. 15-minute down, still looking into the downside for the 30 minutes. Your hourly, and where is it? 4 hour, let's see, 6 hours still down. I think it's all the way to your daily, right? Your bi-daily. So one daily candle worth of downside. So that tells you that we could face a downside all the way to around 282. So if 282 is your target, I am thinking here that the invalidation zone would be roughly around that 288 to 291 number, just to speak clearly here. Okay, but just keep your eyes on that 282. Should there be anything, right? I think the hard target on that, the hard target on the 282 is actually 286 to 285, and that's very, very, very close to your 288 already. So we may wick in there, and then everything, could kind of resolve from that area there. But I do think that we have this, we have massive buying power around that 288 to if anything, it would be, I guess we can try a 285, guys, but the 291 is supposed to be the zone to really test out here. But okay, fair enough. I think that's just about it here for price on XRP. And should you have any questions, please go ahead and refer to the email, and that's going to be arcabulls@gmail.com. Okay, guys, but with that said, I think, I wish you all a very good night, and we'll speak very Jerry Layer Scary soon. All right, team, adios, and adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team. Oh yeah. Nice. So that was XRP. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do we think the market will hold up with PPI tomorrow? We are doing well. I know we had actually, did we have? I think we've been good on both CPI and PPI lately. We're already, let's see. What did I just say? Like, damn it. For XRP, hold on. It's let's see. Yeah, it's to validate, right? Because we're breaking above a zone. So breaking above this critical inflection here, that means that price action would try to come down into that area. The area that I can't tell if we're going to actually make is around the 288 to 285. But what I think could happen too is that we may reject the downside at 291.81. So just it could be starting at the 291.81 that we could reject price action for the downside continuation. It's just, this could be an equal reaction move here, and that kind of gives you that bottom red target that we're talking about, right? So where is it? The 50% of this crazy box over here. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. So I mean, the box itself is saying 286. Mathematics are saying potentially 282, and then I'm saying that there could be invalidations roughly at 291, and then also invalidation for continuation to a downside of 282 between these targets here, 288.70 to 285.20. This should be happening within the next hours, if not maybe in the maybe at closer to traditional hour open or slightly after that. But let's see. Round belly, that was for you, buddy. Sorry. And Lemmer saying very happy with your read on XRP. Thanks. Got 2 buy orders at 281 and 287. No problem, brother. Of course, you're very welcome. Happy to help. Super happy to help. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's can I do that? Can I upload and stream and record? Damn. Wow. Maybe I should turn on the air a little because, dude, asking for much, sir? I mean, I should be able to handle it. It's just a bunch of a bunch of stream. And it's pretty cold outside, right? No, not cold. It's chilly outside. It's 65 degrees. That feels, that kind of temperature there, I will fall asleep so hard. I love it. Let's see. We may see another county join Russia and the Ukraine war. No. Dude, if that actually announces, right, if it actually goes through and whatever else, then we're going to be over here, man. At some point, have you noticed that the whole Israel thing, have you noticed that we at some point just started kind of ignoring that? I'm talking about the price action, not the citizens or the participants. I'm speaking of strictly price action. We started kind of ignoring it, and then anytime that some bearish whatever would come in, we would just completely dismiss it and continue our merry way to the upside into the bank, right? So I wonder if this can be that, but also I know that we are in talks with Putin, and that could really affect the markets. So I doubt it, but it's a tiny possibility. A dreamer's one, but it's still there, right? So Poland had to shoot down Russian drones a few hours. This was just now. So they're currently in an emergency meeting, dude. Hell yeah. Cool. Whoa. Okay. Well, let's just, damn it, dude. All good. All good. All right. So let me give a read here to Energy Vault, NRGV. Hold on. And we shall move on. Let's see. Oh man, look at that. Wow. Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I did speak about this, but still, my goodness. People must be like, what the heck is up with this dude? This dude's crazy. In fact, I hope not. You know, I don't want them to think I'm just like some alien or something. I'm not. I'm not. I just like looking at price and numbers and stuff, and it's all good. Let's see if so that gives cause for others to join, dude. It's gonna create like a whole ass world war, man. I know that I'm speaking way out of line here, way out of pocket, but I would like to not have that notion in my head because for some reason I feel like it could, it kind of could trigger. But despite that, I mean, I'm sorry, but regardless, let me get this price action done, son. In let's see, NRGV. So should I do a 3 hour or maybe even a 4 hour? I think the impact made by the shorter time frames is also good too. Like a 4 hour. Let me see. No, like yeah, like bi-hourly or even the hourly time frame. Yeah, I'm gonna do the hourly time frame. Guess we'll see sometime today. Yeah, yeah, dude, seriously. I hope it's yeah, man. I hope it's not so bad. That would really suck, you know? I'm not saying, for the markets. I'm saying for people too, like dude, like just, stock market here in the US just going massively up and up and up, and then you just got people over there just getting smacked up with guns and stuff. Like, dude, come on. Uh, it's like I thought we were over that, bro. Of course not. All right, team. So let me go ahead and get this thing recorded, and we shall move on to SPY. Just a sec. Just a sec. Just a sec. what an impressive display of price action coming out of NRGV, as it does meet the targets that we were expecting, right? So that's what I mean by impressive, actually, that it's moving the way that the way that market dynamics usually suggest, right? So I'm going to go ahead and highlight exactly how we were able to kind of figure this target out, because I kid you not, it's probably a one-step, two-step process, right? So this is an area here clearly, right? This zone of 174 around the 178, 182. You can clearly see a gigantic burst of price action towards the upside. And as we meet those targets, I'm humbled by it, and I really like that that we're able to provide the targets that retail needs and the information that retail requires, right? So I think that so far we're doing pretty good, right? I will warn you guys that I don't have a perfect hit rate. I don't think anyone does, but I do mean well, and I hope that you have been benefiting from the analysis here on NRGV. Okay, so I have a few things else to say here for the upcoming session. So we're not quite out of the woods just yet. So stick around, watch this show, and yeah, maybe you'll get an answer by the end of this thing here, right? But before we get started, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. My name is Arca, coming at you here on September 9th, Tuesday night. Actually, a very cool night here in Los Angeles, California. 11:34 p.m. Pacific time. Price action closed post-market 182, and traditional market closed at around 177. So very, very impressive upside even in the post-market price action, right, guys? So that can, that kind of upside into post-market can lead to some volatility, right, in the immediate short-term time frame that we can use for a further push to the upside. Okay, so before we continue on the technicals here, right, or the statistics that we kind of provided, I want you to also remember that we're not out of the woods just yet when it comes to our macro conditions, right, guys? So tomorrow or the following session, right, guys, I'm still here in LA, and Pacific time is in the past, but yeah, so your PPI year over year and your producer price index, right? These things are set to make some moves tomorrow, right? And this, price action can be affected here. And if I'm not mistaken, please let me know in the chat below. But if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that both our CPI and PPI, and I think even the PCE have been beats so far. The only thing that I think we had a very slight miss on was actually your initial jobless claims. So far, I think that we're the upside in the market right now is actually pre-pricing in a good news for tomorrow. So just keep an eye on your PPI year over year, guys, and also your month over month, right? So this is going to give you a great deal of information leading into tomorrow. Okay, guys. So yeah, so let's go ahead and now move on to the chart here. Well, you know what, guys, I could actually remind you, please remember, if you join the trading team in Discord, you're probably going to receive a message from an imposter that looks like Arca, that talks like me in some weird way, and they're going to ask you to turn off your messages. And guys, I will never ever message you first. I will never message you first or friend request you first. I will never ever contact you first. Okay, guys? So if you're being contacted and friended by somebody who appears to be Arca, it is not me. Absolutely never me. Remember that my profile does look like the above image here, right? So also remember that it does say I do not offer copy or mirror trades ever, right? I'm the one and only Arca. I use adopt the Arca tag here, right, guys? And you'll notice here that this little play button is just because I'm live with the team right now, but you'll notice that this is going to be a minus sign, okay? Do not disturb. But of course, guys, you don't have to abide by that. Everybody always sends me messages, and I'm happy to receive them. Okay, guys. So that's that. Okay. So now you have around 13 days to see if you want to pick up those the one-time fee for the Discord trading, right? So I'm talking about a lifetime membership grandfathered in the description below. Just hit that link and you'll be able to get that. Or we're just about a week away, or less, actually, just a few days away from converting the Discord into a tier of $59.99. So yeah, guys, make sure to act on that should you want that opportunity. It's going to bleed. And I will say this, if it does not reach zero, it'll also end in a few days too. So it really is just take on that or not. Okay, guys. So anyway, yeah. So impressive bounce here from that bottom side here on NRGV. Let me go ahead and display myself here so I can use hands and things like this, right? So yeah, we were talking about the volatility that could be in essence accumulating, right, from the immediate short term. So why don't we go ahead and do that real quick and find out if we're still on that right trajectory, right? So your immediate short-term time frame, yeah, huge echo to the upside here on momentum, right? And you have a massive burst of volatility on that 2-minute, 3-minute time frame. Same situation here, right? Huge burst of energy and still pivoted towards that upside into the 3-minute. That upside is echoing into your 4-minute time frame. It is still okay, and it looks like your 5-minute may be. Yeah, it looks like it's the last time frame, but it did kind of it's because it contracted. Okay, so great. That would be the total upside that we would receive should we open at 182. So that's giving you a current ATR top of just about 1 cent. So we're looking at a 183 top on that before we can experience what could be a type of consolidated phase for, let's see, it looks like for just about 10 minutes, right? So 10 minutes time frame of consolidating within the 182, potential downside to around 180, right? So which could be literally this candle right about there. So it's another one of those blips before a continuation, right? So let's see how far the upside continuation goes to, right? 10-minute time frame does have that upside bias. 15-minute time frame upside, nice. That's your 20-minute upside. And this, let's see if it has an upside, right? It's completely I can't even tell if it's down or up. It's straight. So we're gonna go ahead and consider this still part of the upside because we're on that trajectory anyway. It looks like we still have upside going into your hourly time frame. Bi-hourly time frame upside looking good, green bar. Okay, and now the 3-hour time frame, that little red bar isn't going to do anything, so still upside bias. 4-hour time frame up, and we're accelerating now. So this would be 6-hour time frame up from oversold conditions. We're just about here, guys, so that would be an upside worth 8 hours should you open up at 180, but we're dropping down to 182, right? But we're dropping down to 180, so that means that a 15-cent pump can be added here. So just around your 195 is where we could be headed next, right? Behead. So I think, let's see. I think good. That's your 190 bottom side, right? 195. Yeah, guys, I see the resistance right in here, and it doesn't look like it's far-fetched whatsoever. So let's just go ahead and kind of put down that target here of literally just about that 190. 5 right at this low of this wick here, right? So right in there, and it does, well, of course I'm already there with the 50% as well. So that's exactly what I was gonna draw, guys. So you're 195 bottom, 197 mid, and we could see a potential top side of $2, but that, it happens all the time. The targets are the targets, right? And this is your range. The focus area that I do think that we will be reaching would be the 195 to 197 for that immediate time, right, guys? So we're gonna have to be really careful with this. So 195 to 197, that's just about like this here. Right. Okay. So now as we reach this top side, there is apparently a downside happening after that. So 12 hours time frame downside. Let's see. Daily time frame downside as well. Okay. So we still have downside into the 2, the 3, and the 4. 5-day time frame down. Let's see where it corrects to an upside pivot. Oh, almost on the bi-weekly, but it would be a month. Okay. So I guess, from those top sides, we're expecting a downside in the monthly time frame that could be worth roughly 93 cents. So that's taking you down to the current ATR low because we're still open that month. It looks like we could be headed right into the target of 107. Okay, so 107 is kind of a drop there, but I will say that still you're invalidating that downside should you maintain price action above this critical month-long gap. That's going to be really tough to kind of get over, right? So I guess the overall support would be like 174. It looks like we may even not make it all the way down to the lowest point, right? So we're going to draw another 168 there, and then your support bottom side could really be, let's see, I would actually select yeah, I would do it 164 right here, right, confluent with that bottom side there. So I'm gonna draw another line. In fact, I have all my drawings kind of you know, out. So let's just go ahead and draw the box in here. And okay, well, guys, yeah, so your entry conditions are here. Your areas right down here could be liquidity. Okay, so let's just go ahead and kind of finish this off right about here, as I do think that this is very, very super duper close to a bottom side if we even reach this area here. And by the way, that was our original target from the get-go, right, guys? So this is our target of around 170 on the formation breakdown, and we're looking at the bottom side of around 168 on price. Very impressive. Okay, so yeah, I think it's time to be a little patient here, guys. I don't know that we're gonna reach this bottom side. I really can't tell you, right? But I mean, should we do it? Now you know what the probabilities could be for it. Maybe not so many probabilities, right? But you know how the play could go. Okay, guys, so let me get rid of this thing here, and I guess the last thing I can tell you is that, yeah, sure, should we have further upside? Well, that would be your daily, right? Yeah, daily. Let's see where we can go to. The monthly time frame. Okay, so that cascades, sure, man, that cascades into your 2-month time frame. And yeah, I think that would be right about it. So far, this is giving us a topside target of around $2.66, which is almost $1 away from this, right? Your bi-monthly time frame would be the one here. So $1.90 up on the bi-month here, and that would be, let's see. Yeah, that would be, yeah, we're potentially headed to a 208 target, guys, and that's really something, because I do have that target kind of located right about where's it? 20, yeah, it's in this zone right here. So that's right there. That's your 210, right? And just below this would be your 206. So very, very cool. All right. So yeah, guys, I think that if you do get the opportunity, you know, maybe this will be a cool area, but I don't know that we're going to get there for sure. So yeah, team, I think this is now a pretty good place to leave off. If you have any questions or concerns, you know where to reach me. That's going to be at arcabulls@gmail.com. Okay, guys. So yeah, I think we'll speak here very, very, very scarily soon. All right, team. Adios and adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team. Oh, yeah. Nice. Dude, that is super draining, guys. Like, filming videos is just, it has like this thing, you know, it's like you're always like super pressure on, and like you got to make sure to be swift with your vocals. You know, you cannot, it's hard not to stutter, and usually I stutter so damn much. But I've made it kind of a part of me, the whole stuttering, right? Man. But, you know, still, I have to try to control that little blip there. So let's see. Thought Zeus saying, the defense commissioner. Oh, sorry. Okay, good. NRGB did film correctly. Let's see. I'm going to name this. The floor is spotted. Okay. And let me add it into the thingy thing right here, because we already have the XRP thing loading as well. Okay, good deal. So let's see, Russia will be stopped. I love how like secure that is. It's just Russia will be stopped. Done. Done. Okay. I did put up the play for. I did. Okay, good. All right, guys. So let me display. And see what's up with the SPY. Right. I want to make sure that we can look at this. That was the brand new chart. That was a brand new chart, man. Okay, so that's gonna be SPY. Okay. So let me not choke a little bit right now. I don't know if you've noticed that my voice is a little shaky. Hold on, guys. Let me stand up and wiggle it. I need to not feel this. Just a sec. maybe so, right? But I still have to make sure that it is. Oh, there we go. I have to still make sure that it is at least. If it's a bad airline, you mean it could be unsafe, or you mean that they don't like service you well or whatever? Because if it's something like that, then I don't care. You know, my son and I will be calling for like, it's probably gonna take like, hey gal, it's probably gonna take like under an hour or an hour and a half to get there anyway, right? It's just a cheap airline. Oh, I see. Yeah. Is anybody here from Arizona or in Arizona right now? An hour, yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like Vegas, right? An hour and a half. That's cool. Whew. Is it really? Oh my God, that's a lot of cash. Oh, Lemmer is not here anymore. The QMMM, like we didn't. Man, it was actually Thought Zeus that brought it up, I believe, and then we were looking at it from like 600% or 540% or 500%, right? We were watching it go all the way to like, I think we noticed like a 1700 or 1600 by the end of the day, but then there was also another blip and it took it to I don't know where, but we were already not looking, right? Thought Zeus, it wasn't you, buddy? Who was it? Was wait. That didn't have anything to do with the whole Roblox thing? Was that not you? The QMMM? Who the heck was it then? I don't know. But yeah, guys, we were man, I know it's kind of late, right? Lemmer was here. I wanted to tell him, dude, yeah, we were watching that thing and absolutely trying to see if we can get puts. Oh my goodness. But very curious price action in that, guys, as I do think they got $100 million and I don't know what. Like if I don't take a checked bag, you avoid it. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. It would be for it just to, you know, potentially buy a car. That's really Warg, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. It would be just for that, you know, just to so, you know, I would show up that day and well, hopefully, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't need the plane again. Hopefully it's just to get in the car and maybe come back. But, DeLorean? Oh my God. You know, somebody no, I wouldn't get it. I would get it for maybe just to, actually, I wouldn't even get it at all. I was going to say maybe to leave it as display in a cool mansion somewhere. No, I wouldn't even do that. Daya, what's up, buddy? You did find something interesting? Thought Zeus? No, yeah, guys, I would just drive the car back. And, yeah, you know, it's all good though. But, yeah, why don't we take a look at, the SPY. Guys, please remember that we absolutely are not out of the woodwork. Just like I said in the videos. And Dave, yes. We're not, okay, because of the PPI. There could be anything can happen there. You know what I mean? Because look at what happened to jobs, right? 1 million jobs were not. That's pretty ridiculous. You know, if you feel me, like, I mean, that's actually in 910,000 were just not mentioned. Like, dude, come on, man. Like that kind of those kind of mistakes. How are we not holding someone accountable for that? You know what I mean? Because that it's like you have no idea how many losses people endured here. Like it's really kind of oh man. So old man, what's up, buddy? Saying, as they used to say, close enough for government work. Yeah. Hey, old man, I check this out. So you're gonna come up to me and buy something, right? I'm probably I'm a local hardware shop. You come up to me and buy something, and the hardware shop builds things too, like wood stuff or whatever, cabinets, whatever. right? And I have a sign that says right behind me as I come and say, hey, how you doing? How can I help you, right? So the sign in the back says, you know, excellence in work. Choose any of the 3 options, and one of the options says speed. Number 2 says quality, and number 3 says price. And I say choose any 2. You know how big of a fucking trap that is? Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, Lemmer, you're here, buddy. Were you here this entire time? Did you hear me talk about that QMMM play? Because I noticed you put something up earlier. Like, you know, when I think right before I filmed XRP, I think you were talking about it, and I really wanted to tell you that Thought Zeus, it wasn't you, buddy. It wasn't really. I'm sorry, dude. One of the funds that shorted him until we recently got a subpoena. Oh yeah, I did hear about that too. Let's go. It was right before XRP. No, gal. No, I didn't. I didn't put it in the video. No way. No, and the thing went up to like 3,500%. I think it. What was it, guys? It went up to like for real like $200 or $300, right? From like $8, $5, or I think it was $8 to when I saw it, it was up to 180. 1,500%. But I think it in the after hours, I think it went nasty. There, yeah. Ninja saying 303. It did go to 300. So that must have been an over 3,000% gain. You know, or yeah, could it have been? Could it have been around 3,000%? But then it did drop though. It dropped back down to so it was up 3,500%. Oh, dude, 3,800% says Lemmer. No way, bro. I can't even believe that happened. And there's no. It was on short sale restriction, which means just you can only short on a limit. And it has to be on an uptick as well. So you cannot short at anywhere on the price, because there are tricks, you know, to be able to short at so it can catch you. So you can acquire the shares. You can put an automatic delay, meaning that you can short on the bid should it have capitulation in line, right? But they're asking for you to short on the ask, but also during an uptrend. And or else you're rejected, and only by limits. So you can't market order in. So, dude, so that's your SSR, right? Yeah, those are the rules of your short sale restriction, and that's what my DAS trader was saying today. That yeah, I could short it, but it's also it's hard to borrow, and there's a lot. It was a lot of it was really high. The cost to borrow was ridiculously high. I don't remember what it was, but it was not normal. So everybody at that point would just be experiencing, some kind of a nasty retracement. Look at that, guys. 1,756%. I think that's where it closed, right? Post-market, after it reached like a $300 thing, right? It literally dipped down equal reaction to $300. I'm sorry, to like 150, and then closed that one close to $200, right? That's insane. That is insane. But also, which one's the other one that just went off 2 days ago, guys? The HBOC, or what was it again? I think it had to do with did it have to do with what was that ticker? The Tom Lee's company. I think NBIS, was it? NBIS invested around 200 million, right? And then they added another 20 million on top or whatever. I think that's what it was, right? Was that NBIS? Yeah, guys, you know what? These squeeze plays like that are happening right now are just like taking a dump on like whatever like AMC was. Like that is truly something else. That's amazing. You know, that, I mean, I can't believe that something would go that insane, guys. Oh my goodness. That really is something else. But is anyone in that? I wouldn't, guys, like the fact that it went up that hard is exactly why I'm staying away. So I wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. I feel like it would be the biggest gamble of my life, you know, like what we did today, guys. You know, like we noticed potential strength. Octo, that's right, Lioness. Thank you. And like what we did today on UNH, right? We risked on the market on the probabilities of a pullback. We got the entry right at the money, right? We got the exits also right at the money. And we also, after that play was done, right, we then went into SPX contracts and another one, guys. We nailed everything to the upside today, right? I mean, good stuff, you know, good stuff. So those calculated moves are the ones that I wanna be a part of. Sure, Gal. I have two. I'm gonna look at two of them right now for the team. We got a Spy and Dave coming up right now. So let's go ahead and add the SSRM into that. Right, SSRM was still such a great play, I think, and potentially has more room for the upside. And I think, guys, the Russell 2000 is also showing that there could be potential upside continuation. Right. Oh, I've already charted it several times. I think I'll be able to find my chart in here. SSRM is something that I've been keeping up with. Let's see, same happened with Octo yesterday. Yeah, exactly. Octo did the $1.50 to $83 on the news for that one. Guys, what was I'm telling you, what's the name of of Tom Lee's company, the ticker, NBR, what the hell was it? Why am I blanking out on that, guys? I'm like really like missing it. Yeah, BMNR. There we go. Bitmine. So I think Bitmine is about to experience an echo, not like that, not like the way that Octo did, because I don't think that Tom Lee would allow that to happen to his own company, because that'll be a catastrophic fall, and that the ticker will no longer be trusted the way that it should be a growth asset. You know, when something like that runs, guys, like really hard and it comes back down, it like consolidates after a shock like that. So if it made a move that was the average true range of like, I mean, of what, like 3 months, it'll probably consolidate for 3 months at the lows. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So SSRM is up right now again. Damn, dude. Yeah, that was we were observing. I think we did observe the targets up to $25. I think, guys. I think the last time we put up a thread of analysis on that, I think, let's see, up, you're up what on the SSRM calls? Dude, let's go, Ninja. Let's do it. But 700% on your calls? Let's go, bro. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And, yeah, guys, let's take a look at all that stuff right now and see if we can continue putting some consistency in our call outs. Oh, by the way, guys, those two plays that we did today via the UNH, what was it, like a 40-something% gainer, $5, I think is what we played to the upside. And also for the SPX contracts, which that was like a $7 move. Those were all discretion too. They were not measured by time or anything. They were like, we're going in at this place here. We're going in at this place here. Potential upsides to this area right here. Right. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. So so I'm going to put the question out here one more time. What do you guys think for the ticker, for the ticker SPY, Dave, and SSRM? Should we quick look or should we do like super detail look? It's up to you. But so far, I'm like, I don't know if I'm like 5 of 5. I don't know if I'm, well, remember that we didn't do all of them, but those two last plays from yesterday, those were fully discretionary. Quick look on Dave. Sure. Quick look. Quick, it's late. Okay, good. Super details on SSRM. Stay, like, maybe call me in private and we should spend 3 hours in backtesting the daily time frame contraction. I love you so much, dude. My bro. Let's get this camera on here. All right, so let's do that. And in fact, I think I might just get rid of a couple things here, as you know, these were a part of the prior session's targets. That's all good. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff. No problem. do your quick fire. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this just by observing whatever else, right? So yeah, we got a daily closure here. Let's just focus on that first. So let's see. We are going to get a 2-day closure. We got a 1 and 3 closure. We're going to get a 4. Okay, so 4 hours. Ooh, that's looking like a shooting star. Hang on. 5-day time frame just opened. Peekaboo likely. Okay. Weekly time frame. 2 days to close and 2 days to close. You're bi-weekly. Okay, so nothing there just yet. Okay, good. So yeah, we have a 1, 3, and the effects of the 4 closing and the 5 closing. The 5 opening too. So typically speaking, the 5-day time frame on a massive green bar like this, sure, it could get its peekaboo, right? So that means that the SPY could very likely run towards that 652.31 or beyond that, right? In hopes to finding some type of new what's called the blue sky territory, right? So in fact, is the SPY running right now? Because I expect it to maybe reach these targets now. So if it's not at 652.30s, then okay, good. So good job. So yeah, so the discretion is leading okay. All right. So yeah, should it give you a little bit of a liquidity jump to the upside? Well, yeah, you know what? I think it can, right? It can give you a 6 up to, you know, you have your 55 as an area that could be a very likely side of resistance here. But to tell you the truth, I think if this extended, it would do like a 653-ish, right? Not something, it wouldn't be something so crazy to the upside. The thing is that it's very likely going to want to come down and validate not only the 50% of your day, but I think because the closing of your 4-day time frame, there can be, right, a further push to the downside into the 50% decompression of your 4-day bar. So let's see. So this would be, you know, we said around 650. So if we have a 653 top, let me see the chart. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if we open, yeah, it depends on where we open tomorrow, guys. If we open tomorrow roughly around the 651, 52, wow. Then, you know, we're going to 657, you know, it's 652.32 now. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think tomorrow we could, you know, it depends on where we open, right? But I do think that we could see a 657 to 660 potentially tomorrow. It depends on the data, though. Remember, guys, it really does depend on the data. But and then also, you know, your potential entry conditions for this is this. Okay, you know what? Let me just draw this thing as I see. This is the direction I'm seeing. Okay, so this would be just like this with a potential liquidity grab into the 653 zone. So this is going to be completely, it doesn't actually have to be guessed. Let me see. I'm going to put this hammer candle as the catalyzer to the upside. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about, right? They could be into that zone there. Let me just remember 652.90 for now, and let me see if I can actually get one more opinion, and I think it could be this one here. So let's see if we get a 618 somewhere around those targets. 3.272 to literally the targets I was telling you. we have the 655 there, but to tell you the truth, I think the 653s would be literally that. Okay, so good stuff. This will be the secondary area, and based on geometrics, right? So this is not based on anything historical. So based on geometrics, it looks like we could have a resistance level right around these zones here. Okay, guys. So just heads up as we push to the upside here. But yeah, your the golden mean to the 3.272 up here is very likely to be reached should we have massive momentum continuing above the 655, or I'm sorry, the 652. What is it? The high of 652.21. So yeah, the 652. The one that I'm observing here, guys, the one that's right above like 32, 652.32 or whatever that is. that's not too strong of a resistance. So this is likely to break out, right? This is likely to break out and then experience the resistances in here in the overnight sessions. Okay, guys, so just keep an eye on price action right now. So I'm not looking, I'm going to make this as fast as I can. So I'm not validating anything as I go. Okay, guys, so this is, this is your resistance right about here. Right, so let's go ahead and start putting them down, right? I'm sorry, guys. Let's see what that was, 650.87. Fine, receipts, 650.87, let's go. Receipts on this, 652, I guess it's 652.21. Next target, 653, it should be 21, but it's okay. 655.19, it should be 18, but it's okay. All right, so next thing to look at is that you kind of are in the presence of a bull flag formation. And I know that it looks a little weird here, right? But it's still one it is still one for us to observe, right, guys? So that would be to this area here for the price. And this is what we could do. And please don't tell me that it's actually the 660 because I'm going to die. And it's 657. Okay, cool. So 657.19. Yeah, I absolutely believe that. And look at this. Look at this. Your 4 spot 618 landing at 660.88. Let's go. Let's go. Right. So that's what I felt. Guys, the ATR on the daily time frame is that. It is that. So I was saying that if we open up at what I was saying is that if we open up here around the targets of 650, well, you know, the upside from this would actually be pretty nice. So 650.87. So if we open up right around that 650.87, otherwise 651, $5.30 to the upside on a daily ATR. Well, that's 657. So your price objective is absolutely confluent with statistics too. Mathematics are doing pretty good on SPY. Okay, guys, I do expect this to lead into really nice targets, but remember that I do expect a potential pullback too. Okay, guys, so 657, whatever that is still looking okay. All right, guys, hold on just a sec. Here we go. And these would all be the probabilities of take profit targets, right? So, and very much for the day. These are targets for exit on the day and not anything else. So let me get this one here, and that's going to be also red. Perfect. Okay, so now the retracement. So this is what we were looking for, right? So we're expecting price action to move beyond the 650, beyond the 652.20 or whatever that is. We're expecting this to continue into what could be your 653.21, right? And from this area here, you would experience a continuation to the downside, which would be you're gonna have a liquidity pocket too. So I gotta make sure that you know of these things. Okay, so there are 2 potential zones for entry, and I'm gonna leave an emergency one down here as a liquidity pocket. Okay, guys, this would be your potential entry, emergency entry. Actually, I think that. All right. Yeah. That would be your emergency zone, and this would be your true entry targets in here. So the focus inside of that, I'm going to clear yellow, right? So, yeah, right in here, this is your focus zone, right, guys? This right in here, it feels like you could get a bounce to the upside and reject completely and continue towards that upside. All right, let's see. No problem. Yeah. Oh, Gal, thank you so much. I actually just mentioned that in the videos. We're good to go. And I said that. Oh, wait. I just said that too here before I analyzed the SPY. I said that I'm gonna just put down what I see, but I can't. As long as PPI it does what it's supposed to do, then it'll probably do this. But remember, guys, yeah, I can't trust anything else other than the forward data. But it is on NRGV video and the XRP video, which are uploading now. Haven't released them just yet. But Gal, thank you so much. I love you. All right. Anyway, guys, I think that your focus entry here to a liquidity grab could be a possibility, right? I would be extremely careful here, and I would also cover these as a green so that you know that this is potential entry as well. And you know what? Let's just match these two so that there are no questions. So focus into the focus into this probable entry zone. Okay. Let's see. And done. Okay, perfect. So this would be well, we got the okay, and I mean, if you want to know beyond into into tomorrow or whatever, there is a ridiculous head and shoulders, and there's also a triangle reversal formation too. So that has a whole other dynamic. Man, that is just ridiculous. So this is your triangle upside, right? So pretty much the 657, very nice. All right, and the center of your triangle would be just about here. Regression would be right about this point here, right? So this puts you at a mid target of course, the 653.34. It's actually in the 50% between 653.24 and the what is it again? 650. I'm sorry, between the 50% here, which is dude, come on. This boy, 654.19 and 653.24. It's like the split between that. Nice. And then your smallest target, guys. That's the target is, it doesn't matter. It's okay. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Okay. And then also the last formation would be this thing here. I know this is a quick look, but it's just there's a lot in this, so it would have taken me even longer if I had I done the rest of the analysis the way that it traditionally is. So it looks like just about there. That's your inverse head and shoulders confluence touches. Okay, so center of your shoulder would actually, it should be fine over here too. So that's 665. Yeah, 665.26. Nice. Okay, guys. 26. There we go. Let me put an Alt J on that. Okay, perfect. I'm going to try to, let's see if I can squeeze it with, let's see. These are all areas that you can, it's made for like literally every trader. Right, guys? So you choose your weapon of choice, your weapon. Okay, so price action likely to the upside first, potentially into the 652s, maybe even into that 653.24. Rejection on that, right? We're going to do a little bit of a zigzag here, particularly at this point here to validate some kind of resistance, which would be our own resistance. Then we would reach the areas of potential true bottom. And if that is the case, guys, then we could be observing a pretty nice opportunity to get in long on the SPY from this area here of 649.86. Remember that we could still capitulate down to those lower bounds, but that may not be true, right? So from this point, upside validation of or invalidation of resistance by just a little bit of a pullback here, and then continue towards the upside from there. But remember that there's going to be a lot of volatility due to the macro catalyst. Okay, guys, so this is it here for this ticker, and I'm going to go ahead and just put it out like this. Cool deal. Cool deal, guys. Okay. Let me put that there. Perfect. And now, Ninja, are you okay? Are you okay to let ladies first, and let me take a look at SSRM before I look at your ticker? Are you sure you're okay with that, brother? I know you're in line first. Okay, I'm just saying, to keep chivalry alive, sir. You know what I'm saying? But if you remember that, you also can say like, dude, I gotta go, just real quick. know, be like, I'm sorry, miss. I got you, buddy. You know what I mean, dude. You've always been so kind. So, Dea, you know, I wish that I meant that, but I didn't, sir. Dude. Hey guys, whatever this play is, ECDA, did you get your entry? Because it certainly happened. And it's going down. So good job. 42 on the SSRM. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, that's your SSRM, right? We have the SPY play there. I don't want to interrupt that. This is your whatever that was. Yeah, let's go here. SSRM, that was a data chart. So from 42 cents you're in. Oh my goodness, my mama. All right, guys. So, yeah, this was the target that I was expecting, right? A potential $25 top, which could be your 24.87. But the play already kind of ended. I didn't want to talk to you guys about that $24, $25 because you know, right? So the entry conditions did come around, this was in July 29th, right? So that's when I was suggesting your potential entry for takeoff, right? So the play would have been $12 to just about $17 to the upside. And we read that just on one session before it happened. So that it's okay, I guess, you know, it's okay. But it has incredible continuation, and you could have seen that from volatility too, you know. So as this, like, right, we were already pivoted towards the upside on this. We were breaking above your 15% critical contraction, and we had here a massive upside bias on your stochastic momentum indicator, which led to our targeting here. So that's it's incredibly impressive, and it's incredibly ridiculous that it's still continuing on an overbought percentile on a daily that just keeps on going. Now remember guys that the UNH, hell yeah, we played that shit all the way there. Please remember guys that the indicator only represents it really does only represent an average zone where people tend to take profit at, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to happen. It's just an average, right? It is an average. So these things could technically overbuy like forever, should it be the case. And, you know, of course, Gal, my goodness. Yes, of course we did. That was the first thing I said, guys. Can I get an amen on that, please? I said, yeah, the options came up to us. It doesn't matter. I did. All right, guys. So anyway, SSRM absolutely ripping towards this upside. What are we going to do about this, though, right? Because it does have, you know, we're coming up to what could be your 4-day close, right? So that introduces a little bit of a weird dynamic. And it doesn't mean that it's going to do this whatsoever, because I do think that this is not at any credible resistance, by the way. So if this thing could be at any credible resistance, that I wouldn't start considering this stopping until it's maybe around 2250 inside of the 2362 or 2411, right? So $24.11, yeah, 2411 to around 2364 feel fine for me, right? For a potential resistance. Should it be pre-market? Should it be post-market? I'm not sure, but I do think that this is a pretty good place for you know, stopping the continuation of price. And I will say also, guys, that this is me speaking on a, you know, on an asset that's moving daily timeframes here on ATR, roughly 68 cents, right? So that's currently what happened here. So let's see. And it looks like wow, yeah, it looks like we are resisting at some pretty, let's see. Wait on. This area, right around here, 2240. Yeah, those were the resistances that this was for. Does this have, guys, does this have 24-hour price or no? Let's see. And let's see. Let me check this out. Here we go. Okay. Let me look at volatility on this. I have to. This is not I can't do a quick look on this. This is impaired. This is psychologically impaired. It's not an actual play anymore, guys. It has too much. So upside continuing into the 2, 3 validated and cascading into the 5-minute time frame. 10 up. We have 15. Let me see the wait. Those are not downside, right? No, they're not. No. And no. Okay, good. 20 minutes upside. Still, there we go. It would be a total of 30 minutes of upside. So 30 minutes of upside lead to around 15 cents. So that puts you roughly at 21.35. Let's see what 21.35 is. There we go. It's the your post-market high from today's. The last session here. So downside would continue from the 30. Let's see, and it stopped. So 30-minute time frame downside is equivalent to 15 cents. So again, that would drop to your 21.20. That's depending if we open up at 21.20. Right, guys? So this would, literally drop right back down to home, and it looks like there's downside continuation until nothing, right? It would be it would be downside into the hourly time frame technically, right? So you would get 23 cents to the downside. Wow, man. So it just gets a little bit larger and larger. So you're talking about you're talking about a 2097 now. Let's see, 2097. Do we have anything in there? No, lower BB1 is there. Okay. So 2097. Let me plot that. Okay, your might as well target on this is actually, it's 2098. Nice. 2098 to the low of prior day's low, which is 2083. That is, that's what's happening here. So this would be price action. Hold on. Upside. Let me see if it continues. It does into the 2, 3. Okay, 4 hours. Dang. It's getting bigger and bigger. Okay, so 4 hours, 43 cents retrace from this point here. Jeez, dude. I hate how they're putting this, man. So you would come back to 21.35 again. What? Is this just consolidating? Is that what it's doing? Downside starts on the 4, 6 continuation, 8 continues, 12 continues, daily continues, bi-daily and 3-day continues. Same with the, oh my God. What? Still downside. Okay. And it may not be it. Let me see okay, let's use the weekly. Or your bi-weekly, right? So bi-weekly worth of downside from 21.35? No. 21.35, and you're getting around a 180 downside on this. Man, and it's okay, so you're looking at a low. You're looking at a low of around, I guess if you could actually do that. Geez, like, what are you talking about? Like an $18 target. Let's see. What is 18? Oh, could it actually be? Okay, so yeah, it would really be this bi-weekly gap, right? But there's a reason for that. There really is a reason for that. Okay, so if this thing is dropping into this target here, that means that we have I think it's part of the 5-day or which one was? Oh, your new month. Is it your new month? Man, this thing really, oh goodness gracious, I think it was your bi-monthly open. Still no guys, I'm not really oh, okay. That is just telling me you're getting some kind of reversion, but this isn't, it isn't bearish. It's still like hugely bullish, but this is just a breakout that it's trying to validate, right, guys? This is what I mean here. This is what it is. Okay, if you observe price action like this, right, and you look historically, well, it appears as though you had a resistance range in here, right? So this area, as you break out of it, you kind of get what's called your third top, and that would lead to the biggest capitulation that you could face on a golden rule of three, right? So test number 3, capitulate. You come all the way over here-ish, right? And then you start validating. But the thing is that it really should be no lesser than, yeah, I mean, for me, guys, I don't think it should be any less than 1286. That's where I think I can draw the line. 1286, and I would say that the, you know, your top would be roughly 1564, but adjusted to the top of the wick there, I would say just about 2116. Okay, so that's what I think that this can. Okay, so the 20, yeah, damn. Look at the 2116. Here's my 2116, and here's my target, guys. You know, that's what I mean. It's like this. The targets are always like gonna be here. Here's your 1608, right? Here's, and then I selected 1289 as your liquidity pocket, but it should have been around here. 1251, right? 1228. Yeah, guys. All of this is very, very, very familiar. And that's what I mean by a quick look, right? So I will observe price action, right, and put down discretion, and then when I come back to the mathematics, it literally leads to the same areas I was just at. So very cool. Okay. Trajectory on this. That's gonna be the thing here. So I think that I'm going to have to go ahead and make this just a zone, right? The 3-month decompression will start in about 2 weeks, and that will take you to the 18 to 19 area. Wow. Also this, if it's decompressing to the 50% too early, then that means continuation. Right, and also, so if we have 20 days on that, let's find out what could be. Oh, sorry, monthly. Let me see this. Are we at all? No, I think everything else is going to be confluent to your end of year. That's super curious. Look at that, 9 month. It's in 2 weeks. Interesting. And what about? Dang. Yeah, brother. So I think just yeah, your 9 month here is 2 weeks. That's really curious, dude. And also, your I think your 3 week, I think it was, is in hold on, let me I think it was a 3 or 6 week or some crazy thing like that. There's a bunch of, yeah, there's like, for example, here, like, oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, we are potentially pulling back here for, like, I'm more than certain that it is. And it's the fact is that it really is like, a dude, like this area here is so concentrated. You're talking about 3, 6, 9 weeks, and then 12 weeks of support right here. And we don't have any structure up here. We only have these. But look at these 12 weeks against all these areas here. I mean, it is absolutely critical here. If anything, I think buying power comes in here. This and also the average, right? The average of your 3-week time frame, right? In 2 days, that's approaching its retrace. 2 days for the 4-week, right? Of course, we know that. And 2 days for the 6-week. That's right. Man. 2 days for the 9-week. And there's many more too, dude. Yeah, this is about, like, let's see the ATR top on the 9-week. 2234. Sorry, it would be, no way, 1664 is your ATR top. So this has made an 18-week high in this one candle, and that is literally the target to the 50% retrace of the 9-week right in here. So the thing is that it's not the only dynamic. This one is the first or whatever, right? The one to lead the way. It would be like your 9-week, or even like, I don't know what's the next one, right? I think it would be yeah. So like it would cascade, right? Like your 12-week time frame is also in 2 days. So the 12-week ATR top is 1709. So this, again, it's seriously extended. So that means that you're testing your 1, 2, potentially can squeeze up to the areas here, right? You'll get your third test and make this thing literally come back and validate, critical areas. It's the split. Dude, this is the split right here. Right where I'm telling you to enter is the split. I'm not going to be surprised if I give you a box and my freaking middle of the box is going to land right, the middle of the box is going to land right at the entry. Right here. Check it out. Here's the middle of the box, suggesting entry at 1340. Entry conditions at roughly around 1228, 1230. Yeah, dude, this thing is trying to break out. It's trying to break out into the upper bounds of the 50% distribution level of this whole thing. Nice. Well, very happy to be, very happy. Oh, look, it's actually down there. No way. Oh, dude. 50% this bar, or whatever this thing is now suggesting 1324. Dude, that's so damn close, bro. That is ridiculously close. And there are candles to support it there too, because of course it's literally the 50%. Right? So, dude, it does make sense that this thing would reach, do this. Look, check this out. Do this. Add into this, can we do, it looks like we can't. This is your rough way of doing it, right? Check this out. You said 1324, right? Roughly here. Roughly here. And check out this line here. You see the 25% areas? This is the 3/4%, right? You have your 50% here, you have your 25% here, and you also have your 0, right? So 0, 25, 50, 3/4, and whole. And look at the test on the 3/4, bro. Look right in here. Look at that 3/4 line right there. We're jabbing at it. And we have before too, with huge resistance. Of course, we've peaked above it, right? But that's a critical area. Dude, this is a geometric retracement. That's all this is. That's all this is. It's like, it's just somebody, whoever has the market making here for SSRM or whoever that is, dude, they already fucking knew. Right, and also they knew too to pair the good catalyst with something, and then they're gonna, you know what? And then over here we're gonna be like, yeah, but it's not gonna work out, and then bam, It's actually kind of funny to see this, dude. It's like they're moving people like we were ants. You know what I mean? It's geometrically, priced and timed. So that's really curious. I don't even know if I answered your question, brother. But Daya, did that make any sense at all? Oh my goodness, dude. And but yeah, guys, I think that I will say that I'm not certain on this. I'm not certain on so much of that. It is leading towards an upside, immediate short, right? All this stuff. Let me just check one more time. That's yeah, we said not downside on that, so that would be roughly downside into the 30. Yeah, but this is just this range in here, so we're just kind of bouncing in and out of that thing there. So hourly time frame, okay, yeah. So I could maybe see continuation to the upside. All the technically speaking, it would be like 22, but it depends on where it opens too, right? Because your official downside starts at 4 hours, so wherever that is can lead towards your lower bounds, and then maybe 2 days later you can get yourself down to this area here. So what if we did make it all the way down to these zones? I'm talking about specifically the entry conditions of around this $12 area. Well, if it were up to me, I would probably do this at the let me see. So price action is moving at 68 cents. This is going to extend it just a little bit, maybe $1. So if we're at $1 and we are at the beginning of a month right now, and you're looking at 20 days, right? Distribution on this has let me see. Distribution 50% areas like this right here. That took you 2, 3, 4. So you are running even numbers. Did it also do it here? 1, 2, 3, and 4 breakout. Nice. So 4 is your number for a 12. So 16, 20 days to the end of this month. That would probably, me personally, I think I would probably do this to mid to end of October, should it be distributed the way that it is mathematically. So I think that I would still bet that it gets all the way down here. Know for a fact though that there is a strong support even in this area here of 1673, but I wouldn't doubt that this thing could take an equal time to retrace that equal. It's just where is it? Like here's like, your probabilities of like a mid October to end of October, whatever, right? So let's just say October is 15 to 20 or some shit, right? So we'll put that here and then take an inverse bar pattern or some crap, just improvise it, right? Just be about it or something, right? So then we take the candle pattern, right, and just kind of focus on that area there. Hold on. Let's make sure to keep that at the bottom side of that zone, right? So should it be that this thing could actually distribute, then I'm wondering if this is actually the answer to time. Should it be an equal reaction based on Newton's law? So if that is the case, then technically speaking, we would go towards the middle of October or towards the end of October on an equal reaction. So I'm looking at around 16 to the end of October based on math. So I don't know. It feels like it's building a head and shoulders. Let's just watch out. Let's just be careful, right? Because you have no validations here just yet. It just has like a huge just upside. So that doesn't mean that we're going to start it from where we are right now, because there could be a nice little run here into, $3, $4 up, and then experience a retracement, and then everything will be okay. All right. So yeah, I hope this kind of made sense, guys. I'm not trying to be a shill. I'm not trying to be a whatever. In fact, I'm really trying to be as transparent as I can be, and as honest as I can be too. Okay, team. So just know that I mean well, and should you need any assistance in this, I can always try to help, guys. I don't want you to feel like this is the end of your run, the end of your life, right? It's nothing like that, guys. I'm just, if math doesn't say it, guys, I wouldn't say it myself. I need the numbers to speak it, or I don't believe anything else other than the numbers. That's all I care about. You know what I mean? Like what happened with GME today. You know, how the hell is it that I put together a target $4 up for today, and I didn't even know that they were going to issue the warrants and the dividend thing, and it was earnings beat. Like, I didn't even know it had any of that, you know, but there it goes, dead on the target, you know. So it's just to tell you that probabilities have a huge say, and have a huge say in market dynamics. So guys, just please be extremely careful on this, right? It's very hard for me to even kind of draw this here, because we have a bunch of capitulation. I'm sorry, a bunch of range trading in here. You know, it's just it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying what we're expecting. The unlikelihood, there's an unlikelihood of reaching 2417, but seeing that it is psychologically impaired, that then there is a probability for that. Okay, so I would say that price action drops from whatever high it went into, right? So maybe it did go into the $23 or $24 target, and this thing would essentially pull back into these areas here, zigzag whatever it has to do, right? And then try for another high again. So this would be your double top on an immediate short term, and it would be also your one touch on your closing bases candles, like bi-weekly, 3-week, 9-week, 12-week, one candle towards that top side as your third test. So the third test, probably gets you a little bit higher here, and then you start your distribution process, right? You're then going to start looking at potential opportunities. Should it be that you want to scalp, right? But this is what I'm seeing, in a mathematical perspective, guys. Okay, so if this works out for you, I love you, and if it doesn't, I'm so sorry, team. But I don't mean anything but good for you guys. And I think this would be an amazing thing for the asset, should it be for long-term holders. I think it needs this. So that, because this is all it is, guys, it's a mean reversion. It needs to come back towards its fair value price. At the present moment, it's telling you that it can be worth the $23, $24 into the near future, should it mean that the catalysts will actually fire and it becomes a truth, and then they execute all the plans, and then the plans are in motion. Well, then the asset will start pricing that in, or psychology would start pricing that in according to the company's forward guidance. So, also that, guys. So then you have to backtest this thing against your macro dynamics too. Backtest this against what I mean is use a correlation coefficient on this, right? And then you go ahead and see if you can't use the SPY to determine correlated moves within this, right? So it's looking like your 4-hour time frame does correlate. You're losing a little bit of correlation here on the daily. Let's go to your 5-day. You have massive correlation on this. So it's just telling you here, guys, that in the macro time frame, it's just like any other asset in the world. This is look at this, inversely in the hourly, but that doesn't matter. It is showing you that it could play overall with the broader markets. So if you have a catalyst for NVIDIA, if you have a catalyst for Apple, this will likely follow that. So whatever macro catalyst there is available, this could show truth. Okay, guys, so there is the plan on this. I'm sorry that this took so long, but it is critical for me to look at something when there is a true challenge. There's no way I could have just given you. It also depends on data today and tomorrow. Gal says, yeah, absolutely. Earnings 7 weeks on October 29th. Dude, well, that could be why, right? If it is that it's trying to reach down here by around the October 16th to October 20th and expecting good news, this probably means that it's going to start accumulating into that good news. Whoo, man. And then how close are we to a potential rate cut at October 29th? Oh my goodness, dude. My goodness. Very cool stuff. Let me put this here. There you go, team. And Ninja, what's up, buddy? You still want to do Dave real quick? Let's see. Let's do it, bud. I got you, my man. I got you, my man. We had two of these. Okay, so let's do, what is it again? Dave. Dave. Dea, you're welcome, brother, of course. Anything you guys need. Dude, don't you tell me this crap, all right, bro? Don't you be getting close to freaking targets for exit and then tell me what is going to happen here. Well, it's not that big of a deal. No, I mean, it's an extremely big deal what it's doing. But what I mean is that it's not going to be make or break for the asset as this, only has the potentials of kind of bull trapping you here and taking 229 to maybe just around 175. So no big deal. Later, Day. I love you, buddy. You be safe. No, I'm just kidding, dude. I don't really mean it to be like that. In fact, I think that this isn't an accumulation process other than it feels like it's a gigantic bear trap and a bull trap, right? It also feels like it's a huge ascending broadening wedge, so we have to take that into account. But it also feels like it's just a series of higher highs and higher lows in in a respectable type of trend, right? So something like this here, right? It's just about like this. I know that it's a gigantic mess here, so let me just get rid of this thing over here and get rid of this, because so far, man, we've kind of nailed the targets on this thing, and still it's going up and up. Okay, but that doesn't mean that it's not subject to market dynamics and also potential behavioral things that it has in the more macro time. Oh my goodness, that is seriously annoying. Why did it just do that iteration by iteration instead of I did one hold of it? So it should probably move, right? My goodness. So now you got to force me to do this one thing at a time. Yay. That, dude, like, seriously, man. These are the tasks that a lot of people don't do because they're so minute, and they will get to it later and get to it later and get to it later. Procrastinators. Okay. So, yeah, this is, okay, dude, this has a little more space, okay? This does have a little more space, but you also are in a zone to where you're likely to pull back. Number one, you are at the top of your channel here. So, and also you're near the top of this trend. So, and you're seeing here that you're at resistance already at this price. So what I want you to also kind of think of is this too, buddy. It's not to say that this is owed. It's just to say that this is an area of inflection, right? That you're breaking out of. So the inflection area it kind of pertains to this top here, and even here, right around this zone here. So that's your bottom side of this capitulation level. The bottom side of this is this with a liquidity grab, right? Which is the top of this zone here. So this is, dude, like for real, I mean, I would personally be betting around the top side of this zone, right? I think that things could really turn around that area there, but you could still have these liquidity grabs. And then you'll realize here that, again, it's just your equal reaction, right? It's just like this here. And you're going to see that the blue area, the 50% of that zone, right, is landing right here, right at the entry that we're talking about. So again, this is getting close to a distribution. And being so confluent to your top end here, I would say that maybe you have another chance at another upside on this, and it looks like you could be catching another, I don't know, maybe $6 to $7. And if it does, try to peekaboo above that, then you're looking at around an $11, $12 run. So $11 or $12 from where you are in here into this area would be a huge resistance. And what is the daily ATR on this? Let me see. Look at that. You have 1378 on ATR. So yeah, I think you're getting close to a resistance here, but I would probably, I don't know what you're doing here, right? Or if you're trading this on the short term, but I would probably consider starting to trim like almost immediately, right? You do have this resistance here. Me personally, I like my gains like fast, brother. So I would be taking out there like 70%, right? And let this thing run all the way to 227 and then cool. Now the bet is going to be that this thing over the next couple weeks retraces to this 204 because you don't want to be in anything with $30 down. You know what I mean? You're going to become a forever investor. But yeah, that's like my quick observation on this, buddy. You are looking at downside for the immediate short term, but that's not going to last here for too long. It looks like the 4 hour is going to be straight up. Let me see. And there it is, straight up. Right? Very, very strong signal on this. So 4 hours upside, 6. Dude, very strong. Very, very strong. Daily time frame still on the up. Bi-daily time frame still on the up. So 3 week time frame still in the up. I'm sorry, 3-4 day time frame still in the up. Let's see where it ends. There we go. Ish, right? So it would be a monthly's worth of upside. Did you get that upside already though? Monthly time frame ATR is leading you to around 246.79 and 246.79. There's a gigantic gap on a monthly here, buddy, at 227. There's a chance at it because you have 20 days left, right? So that means that something is closing in the more immediate short term under 1 month. That's gonna have your 50% prior bar pullback, right? So whatever that candle is, which I think honestly is your bi-weekly, 2 days. You still have your 3 week, I believe. You have your 6 and 9 week to distribute here. So, and that's why I'm telling you that based on those gigantic bars, right? Like these that are about to pull back like this, right? Check it out. It's almost at its 50%. 9 weeks should be doing this because the 12 week is also in this pattern. Here it is, 2 days, 12 hours, coming back down to the areas of 210, 206.76, right? If you're looking at those targets in that manner, well, I think that your liquidity bottoms are, it could be right around these targets down here. Peekaboo, and then continue. And let's see what the true, your true 50% on this, dude, is like up here. So true 50%, yeah, that means that this means that you're potentially going to get your bottom side and this is going to move to the upside again, or it's going to go again. All right, see you later, gal. Be safe. So, dude, I'm bullish on this. I am bullish on this, buddy. It really also it depends on how this bar closes, but I still think that your entry conditions down here could be extremely beneficial. Like for example, this, dude. I mean, you're so close to the edge of that freaking bi-weekly, 12 weeks. Sorry, this thing here. So I mean. Yeah, brother. If there is, we already pointed at these other targets too, right? We already have all these areas there. Like for example, this 212, right around that 211. So yeah, brother. I would say be very careful here moving forward, but this feels like it's about to get some silly little sillies. Okay, bro. So let me go back to that 4 hour time and see what's up. Yeah, dude. Absolutely, man. Oh man, you don't even want to know the freaking head and shoulders I'm seeing right now. No, it's saying that that's saying that you're not going to go up at all. So you got 919 calls. Nice, buddy. Yeah, that's dude. You should be closed those already, dude. If you get this upside tomorrow, get out of those. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be telling you what to do, but I would be out of those already. You gotta get out. I love you, dude. So I think just a quick trajectory on this for you. Yeah, man. I don't know that it's gonna get all the way up to 240 because this is the AT. The ATR on the monthly. That's it. But dude, I don't know that it's gonna break above 228, 227, buddy. And maybe it doesn't even do above 223.83. So I'm just going to imply that it does, right? And this thing would go here, validate like this, continue to this, that, and then scope allow for a massive potential entry condition. And then that would be your friend. All right, buddy? So I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you in the chat. And I got to post the other videos because I didn't post anything at all. Damn. Yeah, that's not good. I can't forget like that. All right, buddy. I love you, man. Let me just include it here for you, and then everything would be good. You're very welcome, buddy. You're very welcome, dude. I'm happy to help. This is a tough one, though, dude, and it's also a tough time. Here you go, brother. All right. Let's do it. 223 would be good to exit. Yeah, I think you're too. Well, if you want to do it, if your target is 223, you want to try to exit 222.20 or 222.30. You know what I mean? Always try to cut it just a little bit, right? I mean, if you want to stick exactly to the plan, remember how sometimes I'm short by a penny. So Daya would always say, I'm going to be shorter by 10 pennies just in case because the Arca effect. I love you, dude. Lemmer, you're still awake, my brother. I love you, dude. Let's get it, guys. Let's get some rest. I'm actually exhausted. My voice is so tired. And yeah, we've been streaming here for over 3 hours again. Damn. But let's do it. No problem, team. I love you all so much. Man. And I'll catch you in the AM, guys. Tomorrow there's no conditionings class, so we're good. Wesso, I love you, buddy. You be safe, okay? And dude, good job, bro, on those scripts, man. Like, I'm super curious of them, brother. That's amazing work. Rest well, brother. You take care. I'll keep the dude. Update me as you go, okay? I'd love to see where you go. All right, my brothers. You all be safe, okay? Let's get some rest. Peace, team. Adios and adios.